So apparently it's my fault you go to Dunkin every day. By user MI. This was on our child free, but someone said you guys would enjoy it too. First, let me say I'm honored that I have this much power in my coworker's life. I had no idea, and apparently I am using this power for evil instead of good. Story time. Coworker is extremely behind on bills because her college-age daughter uses her credit card, and she racked up thousands in food-related charges in under one semester over 5K. Coworker still gave her the card the next semester because she couldn't have the daughter walk to the dining hall and have food she didn't like.
But was the food she already paid for and didn't want to cook in the kitchen, even though she paid for a weekly grocery delivery from the grocery store?
But, I'm not a parent, so maybe I don't understand. Anyways, coworker's looking to save money. I grab coffee daily from the lunchroom. Basically, it's hot water that I add my own stuff to, coffee and creamer. Well, herein lies the problem. Coworker keeps forgetting to buy the coffee she needs. I am not sharing my expensive coffee with her. I draw the line. By forget, I mean she runs to the grocery store almost daily because needs cereal the day they run out of the one they like instead of eating the other one in the house.
Yeah, not a mother, so maybe this is normal.
But if I tried that with my mother, I would not have eaten cereal. So instead of Amazoning like a normal human being, she needs to grab Dunkin every morning. Now to the part where I'm costing her money. We have free coffee downstairs and free cream. But again, it's downstairs. This coworker walks by every morning. When she does remember to bring coffee, she forgets to grab the cream and messages me saying she's too tired and doesn't know what she's going to do. The thing is, I have cream at my desk. My cream is not the same as downstairs. You see, guys, I buy my cream in flavors in the single-serve variety. In larger quantities because I'm horrible at remembering to buy it, so I stock up. Theoretically, I have extra. The guilting text came daily for weeks, but never outright asking. I always say, hey, just grab some downstairs. She told me that because she doesn't have cream, she now just stops at Dunkin every morning. So because I won't share my $50 worth of cream, she's now telling me she goes to Dunkin, which she can't afford. I can see where the daughter gets it from. I figured you guys needed a laugh. Parents forbade me from getting a haircut my whole childhood. I got my haircut as an adult, and my mom judged me for it. By user 11,711. I was forced to have very long hair. I was told it was because my mother said her mother forced her to keep her hair short, and she said it traumatized her. I honestly felt like Rapunzel with my long-ass blonde hair and not being allowed to change it. I told my mom when I was a teenager that I was sick of my long hair and I wanted a change. She said absolutely not. I decided to get my hair cut and donate the hair to charity. My mom crapped all over the idea, saying I was going to regret it and have a mental breakdown over the change. I was an adult, but I didn't have enough money for a car, so I needed a ride. I asked my mom for a ride, and my mom refused, so I got my dad to drive me. She acted like I was going to get an abortion. She was so unhappy. When I got home with my new hair, she never once gave me a compliment. She barely looked at me. I loved my new hair too much to care what she thought, but it was shocking for a woman in her 60s to get petty because I chose to do something for myself. She thinks she owns my hair. I wonder if she never said anything about my hair because she was mad she was wrong and that I had no regrets. Everyone else liked my hair. My dad wasn't happy with the idea but grew to accept it. Entitled parents think they own my apartment and had no regard for boundaries. By user said, Protection 2519. I remember when it was my brother's graduation and my mom insisted that I attend family events. I had just finished freshman and gained 20 pounds from depression and isolation. I thought about transferring colleges and giving up my scholarship because that's how much I hated my college. Nevertheless, I attended his graduation because my mom insisted. I stayed at his place with him for a week before my mom joined us from another country. I had started shedding a lot of hair from stress and depression but had no idea. Since I was sharing space with him, I had little space to put my belongings. My hair shedded in the bathroom, but I didn't notice it, and it happened for a couple of days where my hair sat in the bathroom. Without warning, my brother aggressively pushed me to the ground and started yelling why I didn't clean up. He also screamed again because I spread 2 books, a laptop, and snacks on his desk to work on my transfer essays. He kept pointing out my thighs and laughed. The whole graduation trip I came for my brother turned into emotional scapegoating. I told my mom about this, but she shrugged and said his place, his rules. I failed my college transfer, was extremely exhausted, and suffered 4 years of college. Fast forward 10 years and he got married. My brother and I were not on good terms and had stopped talking. I had had my own apartment and always avoided family problems when my mom visited me. She brought with her my brother's wife because she was working in my neighborhood and decided to tag her along. I told my mom in the lobby I don't welcome her, but she brushed off and said, come on, she's just family. My mom kept pushing to let her and the wife in, and I had to push them back away from the door, and I finally snapped. My whole family started mocking me after this incident. My brother even said he's going to name his child after me, and they all started laughing. They have no respect for me and my physical boundaries at my own apartment, including my mom. What happened to her house, her rules? My mom just shrugged again and said, oh, don't you worry, she doesn't even want to come to your house. What is wrong with her? Dad wants to dead name but doesn't want me saying God. By user Shrimpgurt. My dad just requested that I stop using the Lord's name in vain, but continues to dead name and misgender me, citing that I gave you that name as his reasoning. So he gets to call me what he likes. I know it's petty, but I feel like telling him I'll say the God and Jesus Christ as much as I want since he insists on disrespecting my identity. I told my stepdad I have a day off on Mother's Day. He thinks it's bullshit. My user key, cry 5,520. So I request a day off on Mother's Day, to spend time with my mother. I'm planning to get her gifts, even thinking taking her to a restaurant, couple of Mother's Day. She never gets where she wants to go because my stepdad's mother always gets what she wants. Even when my mom wanted to go to Red Lobster, my step-grandmother says, no way. That place is gross. Why you even want to go there? I want cuff. And we went to KFC. I want me, my mom, and my brother just spend time together and not with my step-family. Just us three. Today I've been searching gifts for her while getting my brothers off to school. I told my dad I had Mother's Day off. Then he asked why you have so many days off all the time, which isn't true. I work at Burger King and they haven't been giving me extra days of work, even when I tried to request it. I said spending time with women that gave me life is important and respectfully on Mother's Day, which he just says you work between 2 to 3 hours a week. When I remind him it's 20 or 15, he just snapped and just got upset, telling me I shouldn't have a day off and how it was bullshit for me to get a day off on that day off. Mind you, he has a day off on that day. Mind you, he has a day off on Mother's Day on Sunday. He has days off on mostly Mondays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And he's an engineer. He fixed cars. He just kept talking how it was a stupid idea to do that. Then just left. I couldn't believe this asshole what he said, but I don't know what to do. I know it's best to tell my mother, but for God's sake, I don't want any arguments again from the both. I'm wondering what should I do?